What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Carletta, and here I speak on spirituality and self-awareness. So in this video, I'm just going to be talking about some of the energies that I have noticed that are going to be taking place with this new moon in Cancer, and just sharing some of the things that have come up in my personal experience and reality. So one of the first things that I've noticed for me is a message of making space. Make space for what you want. You know, it's one thing to identify what goal it is that you want to accomplish or what vision it is that you have for yourself. It's another whole thing to be able to start to carve out the things that are in your way so that you can allow those things that you desire to come in. Whether this be a material or this be a person, new idea, an experience, really making that time for yourself so that you can create space so those things can come into your life. For me, one of the things that I have been noticing more of as of recently is distractions. Sometimes I can find myself being busy, just being on the go, just to realize that I'm busy doing nothing. I'm really distracting myself and procrastinating from accomplishing what it is that I want for myself. So really taking those things into consideration, I feel like this new moon is encouraging us to pay attention to those things that we do unconsciously, those things that are in our mind that may try to take us off of our path or navigate us in a different direction than what we say consciously that we want. So I would say that's number one, really making space. Starting to release old, outdated beliefs. Get rid of clutter in your life. Get rid of people, places, or things that you know are not in alignment with what it is that you desire or where it is that you're going. Now, the second thing that I feel like this new moon in Cancer has really been bringing up is becoming more social. Really getting out of your comfort zone and allowing yourself to connect with other people, allowing other people to get to know you and getting to know others. So Cancer is the crab, which is, being in the shell, being introverted, being at home. And as a Cancer South node, that is my default. I love to be in my comfort zone. I love to be comfortable. I love to be surrounded by people that I already know, just feel at home, so really getting out of my comfort zone, it takes a little bit more effort. I'm a fixed sign, I'm a Leo as well. So, once I get in my ways, it's kind of hard for me to break those habits. But I've been feeling with this new moon in Cancer energy, that extra push. When I go certain places, people are, striking up more conversations more often. I feel that extra nudge to really introduce myself, to really, be social, to start socializing. So if you're an introvert, this new moon energy is really, encouraging you to get outdoors, to get outside, to network, to see what other people have to offer. Another thing that I have noticed when it comes to social is social media, and noticing that when it comes to the spiritual path, we can be encouraged to do it alone. You have to walk your spiritual path alone. You have to be isolated. But it's a difference between being productively isolated and just being plain old a hermit and what's the word, antisocial, and I feel like I started to lean more into that antisocial part of myself, and that's kind of unhealthy. It's not 7 billion people on this planet for us to feel like we have to walk our path alone, whether we're spiritual or not. I feel like that's an illusion. And this new moon in Cancer is kind of encouraging us to recognize that we are all connected. And this is about unity. This is about union and community, and recognizing that we all are of one consciousness, So really allow yourself to come to that realization that you don't have to do it alone, As much as it is encouraged, I feel like on social media, at least I know this when it comes to certain spiritual channels and stuff, is do it alone, chosen one, black sheep, etc., etc. And we use these terms to identify what it is that we're going through. I'm not trying to invalidate those things, but it's just as important to have that balance in your life and connect with friends and family and others, that you don't know, because you never know who your soul tribe or who soulmates you may come in alignment with, that you may just hit it off with, and things spark into another direction. So that's number 2. I feel like this new moon in Cancer is definitely bringing up those energies of being more social and extroverted, getting out of the shell. And the third thing that I noticed with this new moon in Cancer energy is expression. So once again, when it comes to getting out of the shell, it's not only communicating, it's allowing yourself to be seen and expressing yourself, however you see fit, whether this is writing, doing poetry, doing an open mic, whether this is singing, dancing, artwork, just getting into your creative flow, getting into that space where you feel more seen, where you feel more open, and you are doing what sets your soul on fire. For me personally, I feel I've been more guided to dancing and just getting into that state of movement. For me, I like to go to the gym. I like to work out, stretch and things like that. But when I dance, I don't know, it's just something about dancing that really connects me to my inner child and raises my vibration, and I feel like that's a great way to really tap into expression, because it's one thing to have a positive mindset, but it's another thing to really have that emotion to go with it. And one thing that I've also noticed with this new moon in Cancer for me is that, you can think positive, but it's one thing if you're depressed and you're trying to force those thoughts, it's just not going to align. And if you're feeling like you're just feeling down in the dumps or negative in general, the more that you persist, it's just going to create more resistance. So it's a matter of embracing those feelings, but also finding creative ways to work through them and express them so that you can tap into that positive state that you want to get to. And for me, it's dancing. That helps me to feel good about life. That helps me to feel good about myself, and I find that my day tends to go in a more healthier, positive way versus I just, go on about my routine. I work out and, do whatever, it's more of an more of a boost to it. So one of the things that I'm working on is just giving myself a challenge to dance every single day and really see how that helps my vibration, what it does to my vibration a month from now. And that's one thing that I feel like this new moon can also encourage is consistency. For me, this is not a department of mine that I have become good friends with. But, with time, everything is a process, and it's about progress, you know. So I feel like, you know, working on finding that thing that you can express yourself doing and being consistent with it can really take you to another level with these energies, you know. Everything on the planet is speeding up, it's going at a higher rate. So, you know, you may just find yourself shifting to a whole nother paradigm where you're just like, damn, this is where I ended up because I just kept doing what felt good to me, you know. So I feel like that's what we're also being encouraged to do. Do those things that feel good to you, that tap you into what sets your soul on fire. And that can only be something that you know, recognize for yourself, you know, but really just practicing what, you know, those things are that are of interest to you. And repetition is the key to programming that energy into your subconscious. So with that being said, that is it for this video today. These are 3 things that I have noticed when it comes to this new moon and Cancer energy. Making space for what we want, becoming more social, getting out of our shells, allowing ourselves to express ourselves in more creative ways and ways that suit us individually. So I appreciate you all tuning in. If this video resonated with you, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, drop a comment in the comment section, and let me know you were here. I appreciate you all tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one.